It is 5 a.m. A young man sprints across a wet platform, his breath heavy in the thick pre-dawn fog. A giant station clock echoes above him as a train begins to move. He reaches out, desperate to catch the metal handle, but he is a fraction of a second too late. The heavy doors slide shut, and the train disappears into the mist. Exhausted, he drops to his knees, whispering that he was only a few seconds late. But a quiet voice from behind interrupts him. An old station master stands there, shaking his head. The old man points toward the receding lights in the fog. He explains that the young man lost his chance long before he reached the platform. He hesitated for 10 minutes in his room before deciding to leave, and that was the moment he truly missed the train. Most people wait for the doors to open before they commit to a journey, but by then, the timing is already too tight. A real opportunity requires you to decide where you're going while the platform is still empty. The young man looks down the platform and notices something unsettling. Hundreds of people crowd the station, standing perfectly motionless. None of them are speaking. Some grip unopened books. Others clutch business plans they haven't started, or wear brand new running shoes that have never touched a road. This flowchart illustrates the loop keeping them frozen. Perfection paralysis. A person feels a desire, but they choose to wait for total confidence before acting. As time passes, their anxiety increases, leading them back to wait for more certainty. While the individual remains stuck in this cycle, external time moves strictly forward. The world continues to evolve, while they stay rooted to the same spot on the platform. Hesitation is often a subconscious strategy to avoid the risk of actually trying. By staying in the waiting phase, they protect themselves from the possibility of a mistake, but they also guarantee they will never arrive anywhere. The station master hands the young man a blank golden ticket. Its only condition is one brave decision. Reluctantly, he steps aboard a dark, empty train car. Sitting alone in the shadows is an aging woman holding a music box. She has ridden this train for 40 years. She practiced piano every single day in private, but postponed every performance until she felt perfect. Her story shows what happens when we defer our goals. Waiting until you are completely ready often means the opportunity itself expires before you ever take the first step. A few rows down sits a wealthy businessman. He has everything: money, luxury cars, and massive companies. Yet his expression is empty. He spent his life chasing deals while his children grew up and his parents passed away. This is misaligned action. The top line, career success, rises quickly, but personal purpose flatlines. He climbed a ladder leaning against the wrong house. For both the woman and the businessman, the result is identical. Inaction or chasing the wrong goals both lead to regret. At the back of the train, a young child sits quietly, drawing a picture. The young man looks closely and sees a sketch of himself, standing on the platform, watching the train leave. He asks the boy how he knows him. The child looks up and answers that he is the young man's past self, the version that existed before he allowed fear to make his choices for him. Fear acts as a thief of identity. It starts by taking away external goals, but eventually it replaces your actual character with a version of yourself that is defined only by what you are too afraid to try. The train enters a dark tunnel, turning the windows into mirrors. He sees rapidly shifting reflections of alternate lives he could have led, as an artist, a traveler, or a leader. Then the reflections stop. He sees an older, tired version of himself, still standing on the same foggy platform, repeating the phrase, "maybe tomorrow." Seeing the life he almost lived is what finally forces him to stop waiting for a feeling of readiness that may never actually arrive. The train grinds to a halt at a final station filled with golden light. The station master presents a choice. He can stay on this train and become another story of regret, or he can step off and face the unknown. The young man worries about failure and the judgment of others. The old man reminds him that while failure is a possibility if he leaves, the loss of his potential is a certainty if he stays. This is the courage threshold. It is the specific moment where you must act before you feel equipped to handle the consequences. As he steps off the train, the steel tracks fade away. In their place, hundreds of sunlit dirt paths appear, stretching toward the horizon in every direction. A meaningful life doesn't offer a single risk-free path. Instead, you build your own road through a series of brave, imperfect steps. The station master hands over a broken pocket watch. He points out that while the watch itself stopped years ago, the seconds and hours around it never did. Procrastination is based on the assumption that time will wait while we overthink our next move. But time is indifferent to our hesitation. It moves forward whether we are ready or not. Courage isn't an emotion you wait to feel. It is a decision you make while your hands are still shaking. Think of one dream you have been putting off. Stop waiting for more money or more confidence. Take the first small step toward it today, before the clock moves another hour. The train of your future is already arriving. The only thing that determines where it goes is your decision to board.